And it's 8:12 here on your Tuesday morning, meeting the candidates in Calgary-Klein today. And joining us now is Michael Macdonald, who will be representing the Liberals here. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
We're asking everybody the same couple of first few questions. The first being, what got you into politics? You're a young guy, what are you doing?
What got me into politics originally is just, I want to make a difference for the area. I was dissatisfied with what's happening and where our province is going, so I thought, why not, right? The Liberal Party leader got me involved, David Kahn. I've known him for years, and that's how it all started.
He's been recruiting you for a while. He wanted you to run when you were 18.
Yeah, it was David Swan. That was the former party leader. Yeah.
So the connection's there. And what do you think the Davids see in you?
I think it's that I speak my mind. I try to want to do what's right for, Calgary, Alberta, and hopefully Canada. I think we need to address problems as we see them, not hide behind which party did what and who did what, but these are a problem now, and how do we deal with it? Did we deal with it before? How do we deal with it before? And if we didn't deal with it properly before, if it's still an existing problem, how can we make it or mitigate it to where it's better for everyone?
So first off, Michael, are you from this riding? Because we're asking all the candidates that.
No, I've been born and raised Calgary Mountain View, just a few blocks up,
Yep.
But it takes me like 5 minutes to walk into the riding, just north of 16th, and that's how I've been door knocking. I've spent time my entire life, and from everywhere, from downtown Calgary all the way through to Confederation Park in the riding.
So since you're from this area, then what do you think are the most important issues?
In terms of infrastructure, I think the Green Line is a big one. Not only will it create a lot of jobs for Calgary as a whole, but we need a better transportation here. The area is becoming more stagnated, I believe, in terms of how we get to the city. Wait times are longer, and a Green Line, like an actual C train, would be pretty great, I think. Just getting people downtown to work or other areas where then they can easily get to other areas in the city.
This is something you use all the time. Did you come from Calgary Mountain View, but this area, and go to MRU when you were in school?
Oh yeah, I took 2 buses. I was really sad when they were talking, because they used to be talking about a train line up there.
Yeah.
And yeah, they nixed that. But yeah, I took 2 buses to school my entire career.
If we have a lot of money, we can do things like Green Line. We don't have a ton right now. You know the economy's in a mess.
Yeah, so that's part of the issue. That's one of the reasons I also was okay joining the Liberal Party. Is David Kahn? He doesn't want to spend more money, but he wants to spend more wisely. We need this infrastructure in Calgary still, and we know that we're in a recession. So we need to think about where we spend our dollars, but we do need to build infrastructures in order to create jobs and repair or replace or create the new infrastructures that we need as Calgarians.
Do you feel it's an uphill battle for you? You're running for the Liberal Party. That's a tough sell in this city for sure.
I think it is. I think Calgarians as a whole, we're still a caring city, and I do think we're a smart city. I think people will look at facts, and I hope they look at David's platform, because it's not a typical platform that people are used to with Liberals in past decades even. It's completely new. The tax plan, everything like that is pretty interesting and quite controversial right now. So.
Do you carry the federal Liberal burden, if you will, in Alberta?
That's a hard question to answer. Right now, door knocking, I believe so. Regardless of what the federal government is doing, we are a separate party, and I want to do, and my party wants to do what's best for Calgarians and best for Albertans.
You come from an oil patch family, so
yes,
you know about the oil industry.
Yeah, I know a fair amount. Both my parents, my dad was a deep sea driller, and he was a deep sea welder actually in Saudi Arabia and across the Middle East decades ago, when only 100 people on the planet were doing it. Wow. My mom was the first woman on the cover of Roughneck magazine. She spins chain. They both worked on oil rigs extensively, and still both work to some extent in oil and gas.
We need to get that machine going in order to pay for things like the Green Line. So how do you do that?
This is why we need to try and, I believe, I don't know how we would do it, but I want to work towards it. I want to be part of it, getting the Energy East pipeline. It's one that makes the most sense environmentally. It's the one that makes the most sense economically as well. We would be refining our own oil. We're not going to be selling crude across the seas or back to the states, and then buying it back at a surplus.
So Trans Mountain, I'm assuming, is huge too, but heading the other way is not a bad thing to be looking at.
It is, but Trans Mountain right now isn't looking too good. Hopefully it happens. Honestly, both would probably be good, but we also need to take into account environmental factors and stuff, but which I believe we're doing in Canada. America gives us a bad rap for pipelines. Our pipelines may leak a little bit, or they might be complete. We haven't had a major spill from a pipeline in, there's one oil pipeline, I can't remember which one it is, that's been running for close to 100 years, not a single spill. Meanwhile, in the States, because they don't regulate it, there's constant leaks and huge disasters. I think that's why people are afraid of pipelines, is they don't understand that there needs to be more checks and balances, and for a large part, we have that in Canada.
As you're doing your door knocking, what are you hearing from the people at the door, on the front lines of people, what they want in this area?
I'm seeing a lot of the same thing that I'm feeling as well. Like I work part-time right now. I'm having trouble. I'm stuck in the job market too, and that's the big frustration. People are angry that we have all this work that we could be doing, people just want to work right now, and they're not able to. I think that's the biggest issue. People want to be able to pay their mortgages. They want to be able to live in the house that they've had for years. They want to be able to take their truck up and camp like I do. But a lot of people are having to make hard choices and size down because they aren't working at all.
Thanks for stopping by with us today. Great to meet you.
Okay, thank you.
He'll be running for the Liberal. Michael Macdonald. Time now for helicopter traffic for Gateway at West District by Truman.